They say every small town has its secrets, its ghost stories whispered from one generation to the next. In my town, it was the Witch of the Dirt Path. It wasn't just a story to scare kids, it was a warning. A warning I should have heeded. The path itself was an old forgotten trail that cut through the densest part of the woods behind my childhood home. As kids, we'd dare each other to step onto it, but no one ever did. The legend was simple. An old woman, betrayed and cast out centuries ago, had laid a curse upon the path. She'd snatch anyone who strayed too far down its winding track. Her name was Ilara. I was 20 when I came back home for the summer from college. Full of skepticism and a misplaced sense of bravery, the story felt childish to me now. One humid evening with the sun bleeding orange and purple through the trees, I decided to finally conquer the myth. I told myself it was just a walk. What could possibly happen? I stepped onto the path. The air immediately grew still and heavy. The usual chorus of crickets and birds silenced. A strange, sweet smell, like decaying flowers, hung in the air. The further I walked, the more the trees seemed to lean in, their branches twisting into grotesque shapes, like gnarled fingers reaching for me. The light faded faster than it should have, plunging the woods into a deep twilight. I kept telling myself it was just my imagination, my mind playing tricks on me because of the old stories. But then I heard it, a whisper, carried on a breeze that shouldn't have existed in the still air. It was a soft, lilting sound, almost like a lullaby, but it sent a shiver down my spine. It was a woman's voice, singing a wordless, haunting tune. My heart began to pound in my chest. I turned to go back, but the path behind me was gone. It had vanished, replaced by an impenetrable wall of thorny bushes and dark, tangled woods. Panic set in. I was trapped. The singing grew louder, closer. I could hear twigs snapping underfoot, not my own. Then, I saw her. At the far end of the path, a figure emerged from the shadows. She was tall and gaunt, draped in what looked like rags woven from moss and leaves. Her face was obscured by the deep shadows of the trees, but I could feel her eyes on me, a cold, ancient gaze that seemed to pierce right through my soul. It was Ilara, the Witch of the Dirt Path. She didn't run, she didn't even walk quickly. She glided towards me, her feet never seeming to touch the ground. The sweet, cloying smell of decay grew stronger, and the lullaby she hummed became a discordant, threatening melody. I was frozen, my feet rooted to the spot, every instinct screaming at me to run, but my body wouldn't obey. As she got closer, a hand emerged from her rags. It was skeletal and gray, with long, yellowed nails that curled like talons. She raised it slowly, reaching for me. I finally broke free from my paralysis and screamed. I turned and ran blindly, not caring where I was going, crashing through thorns and branches that tore at my skin and clothes. The haunting lullaby followed me, echoing through the trees, always sounding as if it were right behind me. I don't know how long I ran. It felt like hours. Just as my lungs were about to give out, I burst through a line of trees and stumbled into a familiar clearing the field behind my house. I fell to my knees, gasping for air, and looked back. The woods were dark and silent once more. The path was gone. I never told anyone what happened. They wouldn't have believed me, but I know what I saw. I have the scars to prove it. Sometimes, on quiet nights, when the wind blows just right, I can still hear a faint, wordless lullaby drifting from the woods, and I know she's still there, waiting. The Witch of the Dirt Path is not a story. She's a warning I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. Thanks for listening, and remember to be careful which paths you choose to walk.